Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Cantwell Beauty. Today I'm going to be going through my empties for the last couple of months. So if you want to see that, stick around. Woo! Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to start with some boring items just to get them out of the way. They are in a huge box. I've been collecting them since I think I did my last empties in November. So it is currently March. So it's been a couple months. I've gone through a lot of things, as you could see in my intro. So let's just dive right in and get started. First thing I went through is some makeup wipes. I actually did go through another pack of these. They come in like multi-packs, but I just kept one of them just for the purposes of this video. These are the Neutrogena Makeup Remover Cleansing Towelettes. They are fragrance-free, which is very important for me. These are okay. I mean, I have purchased these and repurchased them more out of necessity than really preference. I do prefer the cheaper ones that come from Walmart, these type, because they're cheaper and they basically do the exact same thing as the Neutrogena. So I don't really repurchase these, like I said, unless I have to. You know, I'm in a Target or, you know, that doesn't have these or something like that. But in general, I'm sure I'll repurchase them. But again, not my preference. Went through a couple of these. Good thing I did, huh? These are Degree deodorant, and I get Shower Clean is the fragrance I like because I feel like it's the cleanest one. Doesn't really have like a, you know, floral scent or anything like that. It's just very fresh. Shower Clean, I went through 3 of those. Next, I'm going to go through hair products. Looks like I went through a Suave coconut oil conditioner. The reason I'm showing this is I'm sure I went through other shampoos and conditioners, but I'm showing this one because I actually really liked it. It smelled really good. It was very inexpensive. I think these are like $2, maybe $4, I'm not sure. But like here it says damage and repair conditioner. I really needed something for my hair because it was quite damaged, and I just felt like this did a really good job. So again, Suave Professional's Coconut Oil Infusion Damage Repair Conditioner. Another hair product I went through was this Renewing and Argan Oil of Morocco Shampoo, and it is by OGX, and I really like this brand. I always have. I always buy these when I can. They're a little bit more on the pricey side, so I don't buy them all the time, but they're definitely nice. You get 13 fluid ounces in here, so it's, you know, they're a little bit on the smaller side, but they're short and fat, so don't forget that. So yeah, I like it, and I would definitely repurchase this. The next item is by the same brand, and it is a intense moisturizing treatment. It's basically a deep penetrating hair mask. And here it says on the back, you scoop a small amount into your palm and evenly distribute with a wide tooth comb from your hair's roots down to your ends. Leave hair treatment in for 3 to 5 minutes. Product performance is enhanced by placing a shower cap over your hair and wrapping a cap with a hot, wet towel. That's what I do. And then it says rinse with mild to cool water. I usually rinse it with mild to hot water. I didn't realize you were supposed to do it with cool water, but anyway, it worked anyway. It's really good. Leaves your hair feeling very smooth. Sometimes it was a little bit thicker and oily, so it really depends on what kind of hair you have. Next item I really like, and I actually already have repurchased it, and that is the Briogeo Risarco Blow Dry Perfection and Heat Protectant Cream, and I really enjoyed this. It really does help protect my hair. I recently got my hair colored, not sure if you can see that, but at the end it just kind of became very dry, and this really helps me when I go to blow dry my hair. It makes it not tangle up so much. It helps it from being that dry. I also put a hair oil in my hair to help with that as well. So again, Briogeo Risarco Blow Dry Perfection and Heat Protectant Cream. Really like this one. Okay, next are some boring items that I went through, but these are the Blender Cleanser Solid. You always see me going through these. This is to clean my beauty blender or my Real Technique sponge. It's basically like a block soap that comes in these little containers. And then I actually went through an entire one of these. The blender, I mean, there's a little bit on the bottom, but it's hard to get it out of the top once you start, you know, going like that. But anyway, so it's the liquid blender cleanser, and I went through one of these. I have a smaller container that I put it into, but I definitely went through an entire one of these since my last video. So this is great. Again, I use this every single day to clean my sponges before and sometimes after I apply my makeup. In the same vein, removing makeup, I went through an entire Bioderma 16.7 fluid ounces container, and this is great for removing your eye makeup, removing your makeup on your face, whatever. I use my little Shiseido sponges. I pour this out onto a little sponge. I pour this onto a little cotton pad, and then I go in my makeup, mostly my eye makeup, and it removes it immediately. It's really good. This one says it's for sensitive skin, and it cleanses and soothes. It's non-rinse, paraben-free, and hypoallergenic. So if you haven't tried Bioderma, I definitely recommend it. It is sold on Beautylish because it is from an overseas company. So I think this thing's only like $12.50 or $13 though for this entire huge bottle, which it takes a long time to go through one of these, so I highly recommend it. Okay, I went through an entire Leanne Gray skincare body butter, and this one is in Citrus Bliss, which is a great scent. These are great body butters for when you get out of the shower, you're feeling a little dry, put it on your hands. I put it on my feet every night when I shower, after I shower. It makes my skin feel amazing, always brings the moisture back, and it smells great. Couple items I went through actually sample sizes, but I still count it because I did go through the entire container, and that's these little versions of the Tatcha water cream. Now, this water cream comes in a much bigger tub, typically, that looks like this, and they are $68. Now, I love this water cream, but I just cannot bring myself to pay $68 for a moisturizer. So when that day comes, I'll let you know, but for now I just use these little samples that I get at Sephora. Next item, which has been discontinued, is the Kim Tai Ofra Wanderlush. I think this has literally been in every one of my videos, my Empties videos for the past year. I've gone through probably 10 of these or something like that. I don't know, I can't even count, but again, they were discontinued. So I do want to try another Ofra moisturizer in the future. I think they're around the same price, and I'm sure it's the same exact formula. So I will just go on Ofra's website and try out another one of their moisturizers because this was my favorite. Didn't make me break out, let my makeup sit very nicely. I really enjoyed it. Next item is the Belif True Cream Aqua Bomb, and this is a moisturizer. I love the container on this. It is a little misleading because it makes you think the moisturizer is all the way in here, but it's not. It's actually just this small little area in the middle. So for that reason, I'm a little bit like, eh. But anyway, this was a really good moisturizer. I probably would purchase this again, but I have not yet because I'm trying some other moisturizers, but I do recommend it. It is a good moisturizer. One item I went through that I'm not sure if this is a sample size, but I'm pretty sure it is, Hydra Quench Cream Mask for dehydrated skin. This is probably one of my favorite masks, and I will look into how much it costs, and then that will actually make me decide whether I would purchase it again. So what you do is you apply it to the face and neck, you leave it on for 5 or 10 minutes, and then you remove it with a cotton pad soaked in toning lotion. So I don't have Clarins toner, but I would just use any other toning lotion that I had to take it off, and my skin would feel amazing. So I highly recommend the Hydra Quench Cream Mask by Clarins. I went through a Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Eye Cream, and I know a lot of people recommend this. However, it didn't really do for me what I feel like other people claim that it did, and that was get rid of your like under eye circles and make it super moisturized. I mean, it's an eye cream, so it moisturized my under eye, but as far as getting rid of my dark circles, I don't think it really did that. I probably wouldn't buy it again. It did last me a really long time, but it was like $38 for this small container. It's like 0.5 fluid ounces, so I'm kind of torn on that. I think there's cheaper eye creams that kind of do the same thing. For that, this was the Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Eye Cream. I went through a primer, and that's by Smashbox, and it's a Photo Finish foundation primer. This is one of, if not my favorite primer. I did not repurchase it, however. I know that sounds weird, but I have so many primers that I need to go through. It's ridiculous. So I will be repurchasing this, however. I think it's like $34 or $38 for this size. So I will definitely be buying another Smashbox Photo Finish foundation primer. I highly recommend it. Then I went through what I call an eye primer. It's a MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I went through an entire one of those containers. I use it just to blank out my eyes before I put on eyeshadow, and it actually does help the longevity of my eyeshadow throughout the day. So I use this as an eye primer, and I would buy this again. I have bought this again. It's on my vanity right now, all ready to go. I went through 3 foundations, and those foundations are the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. I went through another one of those, and my shade is 105 Natural Beige, and this is a great foundation for oily skin, for dry skin, for all different types of skin. It's a demi-matte finish, so it's, you know, it's really for everyone. Full coverage for sure, and it's just it's a foundation that I have always leaned on, so I love it. Another foundation I went through is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Makeup Stick. I have no idea if I pronounced that correctly, but this color is 340 Bisque Neutral, and this is a great foundation. I definitely have 2 or 3 of these in backup, so yes, I'm ready to go with this foundation. It's one of my favorites. favorites. Full coverage, easy to blend, looks phenomenal, flawless on the skin, and it just allows all your other makeup to really sit very nicely over top of this foundation. Next foundation is Milani Conceal and Perfect, and I use color 03 Light Beige. And I love this foundation because of how full coverage it is. It is seriously full coverage. Make sure you get your right shade, because if not, it's going to look super weird. I enjoy it because it says here it's lightweight. Agreed. Long wearing, absolutely. Water resistant and sweat proof. I agree with all those claims. It is also $9.99, I think, or $10, something like that. So it's definitely worth it. Comes from the drugstore or Milani's website. They always have discounts. They're always running sales. So definitely look for when they have, like, you know, buy one, get one 50% off or something like that. They always have sales. So definitely check out Milani Conceal and Perfect foundation. The next item I went through is a MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in medium. And I love this because I use it when I'm getting oily throughout the day. I'll just blot a little bit, take a brush, and then put it over the areas that were oily, and it just happens to get rid of all the oil, makes my skin look just as it did in the morning. And so yeah, it's always a great go-to for that purpose. I went through another NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard. For those of you that don't know, it is a very popular concealer because of the coverage, and it is a small container. You only get 0.22 ounces, which isn't a lot, but you really only need a little bit. When it comes to NARS, they just really know what they're doing. So I would definitely say that this is one of my top concealers, and yes, I will definitely repurchase this. Okay, I went through 2 Anastasia Brow Wizzes, which is hard for me to believe. I can't believe I only went through 2. Perhaps I forgot and threw out another one, but I go through these pretty quickly. I actually have 4 of them on hand right now. So yes, the answer is I would definitely repurchase these. For those of you that don't know, these are Brow Wizzes. They have a spoolie on one end and then a pencil on the other so that you can do your brows, trace them out, and then fluff them up with this little spoolie. So these are great, awesome to travel with, awesome to do your brows with. My favorite brow product, period, bar none. Next product I went through, I'm super sad that I went through it because the company discontinued it, and that is the Benefit Give Me Brow. And they discontinued it without really saying why. I think it had to do with something going on into your eyes and I don't know, hurting your eyes, but I don't know who's putting it near their eyes. I mean, you're just using it on your brows. So for that reason, it makes me crazy. But anyway, I went through one of these in the color 3, and it is my favorite brow gel to use. So I really hope they bring back something like this. For those of you that don't know, it is a little tiny spoolie that comes out, and then you just use it to put some color into your brows. Couple eye products I went through. I went through another Creme Gel Liner from ColourPop in the color Swerve, which is just their black liner. I always talk about it. I just say this is the only black liner I use, which is pretty true still. It's my go-to. I love the formula of these cream gel liners and would repurchase it. I have repurchased it. I have a few. I went through 4 mascaras. Let's go through. My favorite mascara of all time is Benefit Roller Lash. Would I repurchase it? Absolutely. I'm going to repurchase it. I miss it because I don't have one currently, but I have like 5 mascaras open right now, so I need to go through those before I purchase this one, but I will be counting the days because this is my ultimate mascara. Next great mascara I went through was YSL The Shock Mascara. This is probably my second favorite. Again, I haven't repurchased this, but I do plan on doing that. It's a little bit pricier than the Benefit Roller Lash. I think this one's like $26 or something like that, but it's definitely worth it. It lasted quite a long time, and I loved the spoolie on this. I know it doesn't look like anything special, but it really is, and the formula is fantastic. So that's the YSL The Shock Mascara. 2 mascaras I went through from L'Oreal, actually. They're both from L'Oreal. I went through one Voluminous Carbon Black, which is a lot of people's go-to drugstore mascara for good reason. It does lengthen your lashes and it makes them extremely black, mostly because I have the color Carbon Black, so that's fantastic. And then I got the Voluminous Lash Paradise by L'Oreal. Not a memorable mascara, I must say. A lot of people were comparing this to Better Than Sex Mascara by Too Faced. However, I can't agree with that. Maybe I didn't give it a good enough chance. I think mine dried out before I actually got to give it a good try. So I did hear a couple people saying online that this dries out very quickly, and I have to agree. So maybe when I'm through some other mascaras, I'll repurchase this and give it a good try and be able to give a good review. But for now, I won't be repurchasing this. Okay, and the last items I have here are some finishing sprays. The first one I have here is a Scandinavia, and it's just a little bottle of the makeup finishing spray, and this is fantastic. Scandinavia is the beginners of finishing spray. They're kind of the people who invented it. They really came up with a fantastic formula that makes your makeup stay all day. So that's Scandinavia. I went through one of those. Then I went through a OG version of the Urban Decay All-Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, and this is also Urban Decay by Scandinavia, the company I was just speaking of. They actually work in conjunction with Urban Decay to come up with the All-Nighter Makeup Setting Spray, so you can't go wrong with this setting spray either. Then I also went through a Morphe Prep and Set Makeup Setting Spray. I really enjoyed this. The spray on this is awesome. Let me see if I have any left. Yeah, so the mist is amazing. I love it. I think it's a great formula. I definitely would purchase this again. I think it's only $10 or $15, so it's definitely worth it when it comes to the realm of setting sprays. So I'll definitely go there again. And then the last setting spray is, of course, our OG MAC Prep and Prime, which I use every single day, whether it's with my eyeshadows to make those shimmer eyeshadows, you know, really show up, or whether it's to just set my face at the end of when I'm done my makeup. So I have 2 of these on deck. So yes, of course, I will always repurchase the MAC Prep and Prime. That's it, guys. That's it for my empties of March of 2018. Hope you like what you saw. Got some ideas for your collection. Please leave me a comment below and let me know some items that you plan on repurchasing with your new, you know, your next go around at the makeup store or the drugstore, Sephora, Ulta, things like that. Let me know what you just emptied of and wish you hadn't, maybe a high purchase item or something like that. Kind of like the YSL The Shock Mascara. I hated running out of that, but anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please leave me a like and subscribe to my channel. Again, I'm Sierra. This is Cantwell Beauty, and thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Oh, I also didn't talk about my makeup look. So my makeup look is actually inspired, or basically is the look by Kathleen Lights using her Dream Street palette with ColourPop. And I tried it out today. It's a little extreme, not something I would normally wear outside the house, but I'm inside on a snow day, so I figured, hey, why not try it out and see what happens. So this is what happened.